Why are you looking at the CDL homework stuff and things? Dramatic removal. What's up, Internet? I'm sitting at a quiet little park here in Arlington off of California Lane. And I snuck up using a back road so that I could have this section all to myself. And I just stabbed myself with my keys out of the pain. And this is what I'm looking at. And there's no one here. Of course, it's a Monday, so everyone else is working except me. I'm studying for my CDL because I just got a job as a bus driver. Fun times. I don't know why people allow me around their children. I'm very inappropriate. I have a hard time keeping bad words to myself. But I think the way that we treat our children is really in the wrong direction. We seem to believe that we should isolate them from the world. And explain to me how a dose of reality is a bad thing. We keep them so isolated that by the time they're grown up and they're used to, and they have to deal with the world, then they're unable to adapt. They're used to a fabricated reality. They've defined their world on artificial premises. I wonder if that's only in America or if that's in every country. It certainly seemed to be that way in Thailand, but in Thailand, they seem interested in creating an artificial reality no matter how old you are. Delude the people. Word. A friend of mine got arrested and I bailed him out from jail. That was exciting. Not super exciting. Not as exciting as it was for him to get arrested. Police are so unfriendly. I walked into the jail and I was like, "Hi, I'm here to pick up someone." I was friendly, I was nice, I was happy, and he was like, "What?" Protect and serve. Apparently doesn't mean what it used to. We need to work on that. We live in a police state. There are police everywhere in Arlington, on every road you go down. And what is the function of police? What do they really do? What purpose do they serve? They're here to protect us. But more often, it seems like they're here for the enforcement of law, not so much to protect. And they certainly don't have an attitude of service. Yeah, there's a lot of things that could be improved about the police or about the government in general, but at some point you got to question the legitimacy of the police institution. Do we really need one? Is the concept of police fundamentally flawed? I think police could be good if we had a system of checks and balances that was more profound, that incorporated the populace, and if we penalized police officers for stepping over the bounds. Nothing happens. Go to YouTube. There's instances of police beating people up and shooting dogs and shooting people, and none of them ever face any prosecution or judgment. When you give people that kind of attitude, they're bound to abuse that power. There needs to be consequences. And that's just another reason to get the hell out of America. We are definitely not as free as we want to think we are. So, as soon as I'm done fighting, I'm gonna get the hell out. Probably go to Costa Rica or Colombia. Maybe Brazil. Brazil's got lots of good fighters. Lots of ass kicking happening in Brazil. I'd like to be a part of that. Of course, their wrestling isn't super great. I think up here we have wrestling and boxing, but down in Brazil they've got Muay Thai and Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. Just as a blatant generalization. And so, I'm studying for my CDL. I got more work at the bar. I was spending more time bartending. That's fun. Life really is doing well for me here. And I didn't really expect it to. That's what's surprising. Like we all have standards for our lives, imaginary standards, but and you spend such a time chasing those standards that when you finally get them, you're so used to chasing them, you almost don't know what to do. I guess move on to something else. I gotta find something else to improve. I improved one area in my life, romance, and it's fabulous, it's stable. I'm not looking for anything more. So I guess finances. That'd be something to improve. Something to research, something to check out. I mean, hell, everyone can always use more money, right? And if I'm going to get out of the US, I'm going to have to find a decentralized form of employment. Something that doesn't depend on me showing up to a physical location. I'm just fucking up my shorts. One of the ideas I have would be building a few websites and gaining some ad revenue. But I don't know about that yet. We'll have to see. There's all kinds of interest in money that I see around, and I see how that interest has become so prevalent that it's poisoned our society. There's this big park, and it's mostly just grass. We literally have no idea what to do with our land. We populate it with developed communities and lawns and parking lots and strip malls. But how few of that land is developed to local sustainable gardens, to composting projects that could feed communities. Instead, we ship our food in from countries like Chile and Brazil, China, and the Midwest. But there's so much potential for food right here. I mean, look at it. Look at all that land that they're paying to mow, and it produces nothing. There's a lot to be critiqued about our society. A lot. A lot that needs to change before we consume ourselves in our abysmal lack of resource management. And with the abuses of power that we lay on our people. It's hard to live in America. You gotta work a lot. And so much of that money just goes to maintaining your life, to staying alive. You gotta pay for your rent, you gotta pay for your car, you gotta pay for insurance. And a car and insurance aren't essential needs, but the nature of our society, the way we've structured it, has made them necessary. Roads have become a system of barricades across our entire country. If you want to walk to the grocery store, you can't because it's 3 or 5 miles away. If you want to go to school, it's the same. If you want to go anywhere in America, vast stretches have been designed around the use of a car, so that it is impractical to walk anywhere. The pedestrian has no place in American society. Not to mention, laws have been erected to mandate the use of insurance on every vehicle. How did we let that happen? Not to mention, there are laws about the minimum size of a home. If you want to build a house in America, it has to be of certain dimensions, and the requirements are so specific that a person could not live a minimal lifestyle in a small home. That's something else that needs to change. We have not only volunteered ourselves towards a gross misappropriation of our natural resources, but we've mandated it through law. That says something about how out of hand our government has become and how ignorant we have become of what life should be. It's a fake country we live in, where people are enslaved, not through force, but through expenditures. A lot to work on we have. The end. I'm talking too much. I want to go back to studying my CDL and planning my future. Away from Arlington, Texas. Maybe I'll get a small piece of land out in the Rockies and build a little sustainable living. Take it easy, Internet.